Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I wanted to do a video to start off NCT, I guess, and we're going to start with the leader Taeyong. And I kind of wanted to put a warning, I guess, because right now I feel like I'm going through an existential crisis of some sort. Yesterday my sister and I finished playing near Automata, and I feel like I'm having some sort of like massive spiritual download going through, and because of that I kind of wanted to say that maybe I'm not in the best of energy, and I think that's why I wanted to record a video today, even though like a couple days ago I was super happy after the 17 online concert, which I find funny because I thought that would be probably the best time to record this video, and now that I feel like crap I'm like, you know what, let me record it now. So I find that kind of funny. But yeah, I kind of wanted to put that out there in case I'm reading this and all of a sudden I'm like, I think that's my energy. I don't think Taeyong is going through that rough of a time or whatever. And what is the other thing? This is from the very few times that I actually kind of like, I guess, pray or clean the energy and my cards and my stones as well, so like that the reading goes well. I think I had to do that after the previous video, which is going up today, which is the Jihyul's reading, and with that one I felt so blocked when I was recording that one, and that wasn't me. On that one it wasn't really me in the sense of me going through a rough time. I was perfectly fine on that video, but when I was recording it and channeling and reading the tarot, it like I could feel, like I felt so much hesitation that I was like, I need to cleanse the energy this time so it doesn't happen, especially since this time I'm not really in the best of energies, I guess. Like this time I don't feel like a super clean vessel, but I have a feeling that doing this video will help me feel a bit lighter, so we're gonna do that. What is the other thing I'm going to say? So let's see how this one turns out. I was listening to some NCT songs before starting so I could get in the mood of Taeyong, trying to tap into his energy to see what he's going through. And yeah, but with all of that said, this video will focus on Taeyong's individual reading. We're going to check his current energy, his career, his love situation, and any healing messages to go through. We're going to use tarot decks and a bunch of oracle decks for some reason. I feel like I've been cutting it down to like fewer oracles, and then this time it's like take all of them. So here we are with pretty much all of them, or pretty much the ones that I have. And yeah, I guess we can get started with his current energy. We're going to start off with Taeyong's current energy. Let's see how he's doing right now. I don't know if I have anything to say about him yet. I mean, how is Taeyong doing right now? So we have death. Seems like right away he's going through a transformation, or he's starting something new. We have number 13 and Scorpio energy. So there's this, I mean, I think this is nothing new for anyone that knows of NCT or anyone that is a Taeyong fan, but he has like very strong sexual energy or magnetism or attraction that just brings people in. And I have a feeling that he may have very strong 8th house placements, or maybe his ruling planet could be Pluto, so that means that he has an ascendant in Scorpio. So he may have something that makes him very, very intense, but I don't know necessarily what it could be. So let's see, how is he doing right now? I don't know why, but I had to point that out. I think it's going to pop out. So we'll see what happens in his love life, that it could come through that energy. So it seems like he's going through transformations. We have the 8 of Swords, the Ace of Swords. A lot of communication. Let's see. It feels like he's currently trying to unblock himself, or trying to see things better and clearer, and trying to communicate better as well. Seems like there's a new idea, which we will ask in a minute what that idea is, or a new message, a new form of talking, a new form of communicating. We have judgment underneath death. So it seems like he still has his walls up, and he's trying to bring them down a little bit, trying to get rid of any thoughts or mentality that keep him trapped. And he's trying to free himself from that, because we have judgment at the bottom, and I guess judgment is usually like a form of enlightenment. It feels like he has to get rid of a mentality that holds him back and trying to enter into something a little bit more lighter, free, clearer. So it seems like he's trying to understand things a little bit better for himself by getting rid of something that's holding him back. No. We have another 8. We have the 8 of Cups. So definitely he has to leave something behind. We have the star reversed, the Sun reversed, and I think I'll take out one more card. And we have the Hierophant. So whatever change Taeyong is currently going through, it's massive. It is a big change, because we have so far 5 Major Arcana. So it tells me that he's going through very big changes that are important. It's like an important life lesson, or something that will mark his soul almost. So here we have the 8 of Swords, and usually the 8 of Swords is when someone feels trapped. They feel like they can't do things, or they can't get anything done because of their own way of thinking. Their thoughts could be holding them back, maybe feeling like he's not good enough, or feeling that he doesn't have the knowledge or the skills. But to me, it feels like he's conscious of the fact that he's holding himself back, and he's also conscious that he has to let go of any emotional baggage or attachments he may have to those ideas or those thoughts or that way of living, and he has to let that go or leave it behind or walk away. And it feels like he is very conscious of that, and he's slowly going through a change or transformation with its Death card, which death is usually the whole thing of ending a cycle and starting a new one, because death is supposed to be like a phoenix. You rebirth, you get rid of old baggage, and then you bring in the new, which we're gonna take out some cards to see what that newness is all about. But we have Judgment on the bottom, and if you guys have seen my Twitter, I mentioned that this year is going to be Judgment year, or it's going to be the year that we all are going to be tested, or we're going to go through our own trials to see if we learned anything from last year. And this year is also the year where we're going to start ending some cycles. So Judgment is number 20, or if you want to put it that way, is 2. So this year is all about balancing ourselves by ending any cycles, and with ending a cycle, we have to get rid of that baggage. We have to get rid of any mentality that's holding us back, so we have enough space for anything new. And to me, it feels that with Taeyong, he's going through that right now. On the right side, to me, it always feels like the logical side. And then the left side, which is his new beginning, that we're going to check out in a little bit, is usually the one that connects to your emotions. That's usually how I see my right hand and my left hand. My right hand of creation, my left hand of emotions. So to me, it feels like he's going through that as well. Like he's trying to leave his practical thinking, his, the rational way of thinking in a way, and trying to reason with himself a little bit better to something that is more logical, something that fits him rather than what fits more conventionally or what he thinks is conventional in life. And this 8 of Cups tells me that he's leaving any emotional attachments he may have had to those thoughts that are holding him back. And here you can see that this person is like holding onto this sword that is trapping them. It's like this person is caged within their own thoughts, and it's trying to be blinded to the truth of those thoughts. And when I mean blinded by the truth, it could mean 2 things, as I'm seeing it right now. One of it could be blinded to the fact that he's trapping himself. The other one is like you're trapping yourself, but you want to be blinded in the sense that you don't want to really see a way out, if that makes sense. Like, it's not okay, you can leave it, but you're not really ready to take that step and leave. And I feel that he's actually in that stage, someone that is kind of like ready to move forward, take that step away to whatever baggage is holding him back, but it's still, there's a sense of, not necessarily, it's a sense of fear, but that fear is of the unknown, of not knowing what will happen if he leaves this state of, I guess, negativity he's going through right now. And I'm not saying necessarily that he will show it through, because I don't really know the extent or how much, I guess, in a way, how much space does it take in his career, like what he's going through right now, because this could be completely personal, so fans may not really notice it, and if anything they will just be like, oh, he's not as active in social media or whatever, as much as it could be something that is so big that it will impact his career, and people will be like, lately he looks a bit down, a bit sad, a bit more on his own bubble or whatever, right? Since I'm not like a strong NCT fan, I'm more of a casual here, so I don't really know what he's up to or what fans are like seeing on him and about him. So I don't really know what's up in the physical sense, but I guess in the spiritual sense is what I'm reading about right now, or whatever unconscious side we're connecting to right now. But the other thing is that we have the sun reversed, so that tells me that right now he's in a very pessimistic mood. Like, he doesn't see hope in the future, or he doesn't really see how he's going to get himself out of this jail, you could say, that he has put himself in. But the sun reverse is still a positive card, so he's not seeing it yet, but there is hope, there is some sense of optimism that life is trying to bring him, but he may not be seeing that yet. But whatever baggage is holding him back has caused the star to be reversed, or for him to believe that his dreams will not come true, or have the sense that things are just very difficult, or even if he sees that his dreams can come true and they're possible, he may still think, oh, they're too good to be true. The fact that his dreams will come true, or he may be struggling to see the stars, or see that there is hope within all of these unknowns and these transformations and everything. So there's this feeling that he's trying to leave whatever's holding him back, and it seems like he's conscious that there's hope and that things can get better, but he may not be ready to take that step or to believe that things will get better. It's more like he may lack a sense of trust, or he may lack a sense of faith. So logically, he's like, things will get better, of course. I can sense that. This is, in a way, temporary. But it doesn't mean that he's like ready to take those next steps. But we also have the Hierophant, and that tells me that he is going through a change, because the Hierophant is a 5. But it also tells me that he's trying to materialize something, or he's trying to be his own leader, or he's trying to... When I mean leader, I mean like he's trying to be the one controlling his own life. He's the one that's trying to take the steps forward. He's the one that's trying to get himself out. But it also feels like he's trying to bring some sort of structure in his life. And I think that in his head, and I guess in a way in his heart, he's so overwhelmed and so going through almost this loop, or this infinite change of trying to free himself of whatever is, again, holding him back, which I'm not too sure what could be. But whatever that is, he is slowly trying to bring himself some structure, something more stable and more grounded with this Taurus card. It feels like he's trying to find what he values, what is important to him and what's not important to him. We have technically all of the 5th signs, because Judgment and Death are Pluto and Scorpio, which is 5th sign, a water 5th sign. Then we have the Sun, which is the ruler of Leo, which is also a 5th sign. And then we have Aquarius with the star, and we have Taurus with the Hierophant, which are also 5th signs. So that tells me that he could be struggling a lot to go through this change because of those 5th values that he has, or he has to get in a mentality that is a little bit more fixed. And by that I mean, when I mean 5th sign, usually 5th signs is like a character trait of a third of the signs, and 5th is usually someone that is has a strong sense of whatever values they have in life. So with him, it could be he has a very strong idea of what he believes in, or whatever path he thinks is the right one, or like he has a very strong moral compass or a very strong sense of what he believes in. And with this Hierophant, I feel like it is very difficult for him to change that way of thinking, or to change whatever values he has already established within him. So I feel he's trying to find structure in trying to change this mentality of finding security or finding some sort of safe haven. That's kind of what I got randomly within this pessimistic mentality, and he's trying to find a little bit more of an optimistic approach and find that optimism as his comfort zone, instead of this one that is kind of holding him back a little bit. I guess it's all those things where you're at the bottom and you can't go any lower, so you prefer to stay there than, you know, take a chance. But if you're pushed, I guess, far enough, it will help him get out of that, because there's nothing to lose, if that makes sense, right? If anything, you have everything to gain. So I think he's trying to change that fixed mentality, or whatever. Like, a fixed sign is very hard to shake. It's very hard to change on whatever ideas they have of life. So I think he may be struggling with that right now. And whatever mentality he has, he's going through like this cycle, right? Like the clock. I don't know. I just thought that was important. So with that, let's see what is the end goal, or why is this Ace of Swords here? Oh wait. So we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. We have the Devil reversed. And we have the Page of Pentacles reversed. One more card. And we have the Queen of Wands reversed. So with this Ace of Pentacles reversed, it kind of feels like he has to let go of whatever material comfort he has, or he's trying to reach a point where he can be okay with himself, and that is his new form of stability. Because it feels like he has to he may be struggling to let go of the past, and he is trying to reach a point where he is happy with the moment, the present moment, or he is happy with temporary states of mind, or things that are just, again, temporary. Like, it feels like it's not something that is super grounded and deep and long lasting. Like, he may be trying to reach a more airy approach towards things. And when I mean airy, I mean someone that is balanced, but someone that finds comfort within their own mind and their own way of thinking, within their own intellect. And we have the Devil reversed, which the Devil will be a very close energy to the Eight of Swords. It's letting go of the idea that you are being held back. And the Devil is Capricorn energy, so that tells me that he's trying to what he's trying to do is let go of any conventional mentality. So success means having lots of money, or success is having a lot of fame, or whatever. I mean, a K-pop idol will think. I don't know. I mean, if you're in that industry, maybe success will be having good numbers, or success will be having lots of money come in, or success will be getting a lot of awards. And I think that with him, he's trying to break free from that mentality. It seems like he's trying to, or life is encouraging him right now to go through a transformation where he will be okay with the idea that he can be successful without having those conventional ideas of success. And what I mean conventional is whatever we think is the signs of success, if that makes sense. Or the other thing is that he is trying to let go of this mentality that's holding him back and open up his heart a little bit more. But I think he's opening up his heart in the sense of finding mental stability. And with this, I'm not saying he's going crazy or insane. I'm just saying that this is all about the thought. This is all about his ideas and the way that he sees things. But it's all untangible ideas. So that's why I meant by mental. And then we have the Page of Pentacles reverse and the Queen of Wands reverse. So I think he's trying to, with the Queen of Wands, it's also Leo energy, which they're both in the same place, if you want to put it that way. So I feel like he has to let go of his ego a little bit, and I think his ego could have been hurt with the idea that he is not succeeding conventionally, but he could be successful if he just changes what success means to him. So he has to just redefine or have a clear idea of what success means to him. So leave behind whatever society tells him success is and go more towards what emotionally satisfies him, and that will be success, or he will realize he is already successful or something like that. But this Page of Pentacles reverse also tells me that he doesn't understand the message of stability. He doesn't understand the message of material manifestation. And what I mean by that is that he may be very focused on maybe proving a point, or he may have been pressured by society on a certain mentality or certain idea, and he's trying to break free from that idea, or break free from this mentality that he has to make other people proud, that he has to show other people his success or what it means to be successful in, again, the conventional way. So it could be showing people, look, I have money, or oh, look, I've been in this many shows, or look, this very important person noticed me, or stuff like that. Like, I feel he's going through a transformation that is guiding him to leave that behind and instead define his own success and his own happiness by that. And he's the one that measures that, right? Not what society says, but what he says is what goes. At the end of the day, it's his own life, right? So he could continue staying in this mentality that is not making him happy and is not satisfying him. And at the end of the day, society can have whatever conventional ideas they want, but if they don't satisfy him and it's hurting him more, he might as well leave it and do something that doesn't hurt anyone but makes him happy as well, right? So I feel that that's kind of what he's going through right now. His judgment time, I guess, could be, is that he has to let go of that ego mentality. He has to let go of that idea that he has to do what, in a way, he's been told to do, or what he thinks is what's this. I guess this feels more like about, society versus the self. That's kind of like what I'm getting right now. And yeah, I find it very funny that even though he's going through a very difficult situation, or a difficult period in his life, it's all very organized, and my Virgo energy is very content with how organized this is. It's like we have the past, the future almost, or like the transition towards the future, and here is like the actual situation. So I don't know, I just thought that was interesting. But with that, let's go on to the next area, which is his career, which could be the whole reason of his issues. I don't know what the actual issue is in the physical sense, but let's start with some Angelium cards, which I think are very important for him to sign. We have the Angel of Truth. I'm gonna take out one more card. Okay. And the Angel of Punishment. Truth and punishment. So this feels like judgment and balancing out if he's doing okay. If he's doing okay or not. Judgment, justice, balance. I don't really know what he's going through. So the Angel of Truth and Punishment. So it kind of feels like he's about to, again, reach his like aha moment, or some sort of like enlightenment. So how is Taeyong's career doing? We have the Black Egg. So to me, the Black Egg always feels like someone that is reaching a point of, again, cleansing all of the negative mentality and trying to reach a more positive one. It's like working through all of that shadow work. And I'm trying to put my thoughts together and take out cards. Here, let me take out one more card, and then we can read well what's going on. How is his career doing? So let's see. So with the Angel of Truth and Punishment, I think there's two sides to his career right now. He can continue doing the quote-unquote right thing, and in this case the right thing means going through his normal idol things to do, follow the rules, whatever rules a company may have, or whatever rules this type of culture has. That's like the right thing to do. And the Angel of Truth is like that, the little voice on the back of his head that is like, but we don't want to do this, or we want to do this other thing as well. So it kind of feels like he's going through this idea that if he doesn't do what is the right thing to do, he will be punished. But in a way, his truth is to go against that right thing to do. So it kind of feels like he's going through this period of trying to one of two things: leave what doesn't satisfy him, or try to find like a middle ground of balancing out what he's been told to do and also shaping it to, or transforming it or changing it to adjust to what he does want to do. Let's say, okay, I have to take out this many songs because that's the only way you can make some, the input to bring in money or whatever for the company. Great. Let me put my message in that. And there you go. His truth is out, and he doesn't really have to go against like the right thing to do. But this black egg kind of feels like he's trying to observe all of this negativity, and he's holding it from within. Like, I usually don't really see it that way, as like the black egg is absorbing negativity. I usually see it a little bit differently, and in this case, it almost feels like someone that is not necessarily... Okay, yeah, Taeyong is working through all of his shadow side, or working through all of those things he doesn't really want to see about himself. And I think the truth about himself is that he needs to, I guess in this case, bring love into the situation. And when I mean love, I don't necessarily mean romantic. I mean more of like, bring some sense of purpose and some sense of accomplishment and emotional satisfaction in his work. And I do think that right now he's just doing things to bring a point home, and that point is, I am successful, but I don't think it's emotionally satisfying him, and I think that's why it says bring love into the relationship. Well, yeah, it would be the relationship he has with his career and with himself. And here we also have the Moon card in Capricorn. So the Moon card represents our emotions, which is also the ruler of Cancer. And if I'm correct, Taeyong is a Cancer. And here we have Capricorn, which is the opposite sign of Cancer. So in the zodiac, we have 12 signs, and each sign has an opposite. And one is about the self, and the other one is about the others, or you could put it that way. And within himself, or in the realm of emotions and home and stability, all of the domestic side, right? It's all about him. It's all about his home, or what brings him comfort and security. And Capricorn will be all about the public and however the outside world views him as. And Capricorn is also focused on work, or again, your public image. So I think there is a very, very strong theme going on with Taeyong, which is balancing what he feels and balancing his work or his career. So balancing the conventional side, which I think will be Capricorn, is what people have defined as being successful, or what people have defined as this is the right thing to do, or you are useful to society if you do this. You are rewarded by society if you do this other things, right? And I think the Moon is leaning more towards what he actually wishes and what he dreams of. So again, I feel we have like two sides in his career as well. And I think that could be the physical mirror that is helping him see the conflict within himself. And his career is that mirror. His career is the one that is showing him, like, if you're doing this thing, it's not making you happy. So it reflects within... his career is reflecting what he sees within himself, that conflict. And I think, of course, we're going to take some more cards to understand a little bit more where he is in his career, because I have two questions, and one of them is, how is Taeyong's inner conflict affecting his career. So let's take out some cards. So we have the Two of Pentacles reversed. So he's not balanced, in which I think is kind of like, of course he's not. We have the Two of Wands. Are we gonna get another two? No, we didn't. Oh wow, we have the Princess of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So this is the Knight and Queen. Okay. So we have two cards that are twos and a lot of Capricorn. A lot of Earth energy. So he doesn't feel balanced and he doesn't feel like he's being successful, because the Two of Wands usually talks about someone that is trying to expand a little bit more. They're looking from within themselves, which is what he's not doing. That's why it's reversed. And he's trying to figure out how to expand and improve on what you already have, right? That's usually what it means. But the fact that it's reversed and the depiction of the Two of Wands in this deck, it kind of shows that he's not connected with his heart. So there's not much he can expand on and feel successful and happy if he's not connected to that part of himself. And we have the Two of Pentacles, and usually the Two of Pentacles is someone that is balancing two things at the same time. But with it being reversed, it feels like he doesn't have patience and he doesn't have the ability to balance it because he's disconnected. It feels like he's disconnected in the sense of like he may be ignoring how he feels so that he can get the work done and do the right thing. But because he's doing that, he is leaving behind a part of himself that is not happy, nor is it satisfied. And we have the Princess of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So again, we have Taurus energy on this right corner. What is the other thing? So there's this sense of abundance, but he doesn't really feel it. Like he may be aiming for this King of Pentacles energy, so someone that is caring and giving to other people, but right now he should be giving that to himself. He shouldn't be giving that to other people. He should focus on himself a little bit more and give that self-care and self-love to himself. So again, internal work is what he has to do. But we have the Princess of Pentacles upgrade, which is a Knight. So it's like you have Virgo and Capricorn energy together. So he's just working and working and working, and it feels like he's doing that to distract himself of the fact that he's not necessarily happy or content with what he has. So that's kind of how it's affecting him. Like, it's not, let's see, how can he bring love to the situation? That's my second question. So I think he may be struggling a little bit with feeling satisfaction with his work, but it's not necessarily affecting what the fans see because he's just getting the work done. It's just not making him happy. We have the Ten of Swords, and again, the Devil reversed. So we have the World and the Devil reversed. So if he were able to look at this side of himself that is not happy and is not content with what he has, he will be a little bit more, he will be able to see the truth. If he were to face his fear, if he were to face what's not making him happy. So if he were to face the truth, that is not the punishment. The punishment is not facing it, because by not doing that, he's continuing to not satisfy that emptiness he may feel inside. And by not looking at that mirror that is reflecting to him all of those thoughts and all of those ideas and that image he has of himself, and he may not be too happy or satisfied if he looks at that, right, at that side of himself that is not happy and content. And we have the Devil and the World reversed. So it feels like it may feel like it's not time yet for him to see it, because he has to work towards that moment of seeing that side of himself. It also feels with the Devil reversed that we got for the second time that again, he knows that he's not trapped, that it's all in a way in his head, because the Devil is a card that we got also in his current energy. So it feels like the main issue is within his career. It's not love related, it's not, I guess, healing related, it's in relation with his work. So right now is struggling and having conflicts with his career, and that's the main issue that it's affecting himself. And as I mentioned, this mirror is his career and this is himself, right? So his current energy is this woman that doesn't really want to see those changes, even though with the devil reverse, I feel that he knows he's not trapped because society is being mean to him or life is being mean to him. It's himself. He's the one that's trapping himself, and he's conscious of that. He's just not, again, it's not time yet, or he's not ready to take that step to free himself. And I think that he may not feel ready because he needs to, it might sound a bit weird, but he needs to continue going through this pain, and he needs to continue feeling this punishment. So like that, as I mentioned way earlier, he's thrown all the way to the bottom so like that he can save himself, not save himself, but so like that he can tell himself, there's nothing to lose, let me go forward to something that actually makes me happy, because I'm already at the bottom anyway. And as they say, when you're in the bottom, the only way is up. So I feel like that's what he's going through right now with his career. But with that, let's get on with his love life, and hopefully that one's a little bit nicer, and if not, we'll see. Actually, we'll just see. So I'm trying to shuffle with my left hand, so let's see how that works. So how is Taeyong's love life right now? It feels so messy. Not his love life. I meant my shuffling. So how is Taeyong's love life right now? I feel like I'm just throwing them. Do you see my struggle? How is Taeyong's love life right now? Wait. So we have Mars. So it could mean that he is very okay, Mars. Very passionate and driven. And we have Mars and Leo. So it kind of feels like he may find happiness, or he may be content in his love life, and that's why Leo is there. This trick, let me see if I can shuffle one. Here, I'll do it like this so I don't hit the camera. So, how is Taeyong's love life right now? Mars and Leo. So, do I know anyone with a Mars and Leo? No, her Venus is in Leo. So, someone with a Mars and Leo, I guess, in relation to love, is someone that is very passionate. Someone that loves to have the spotlight on them. Yeah, I don't think Taeyong does this okay, he may do it actually. The whole idea of like, you know, when someone goes on romantic relationships because they don't feel satisfied with themselves, so they're trying to look for someone to fill in that gap. I feel like he may be doing that in his love life. With the You Are Good Enough and the Mars and Leo, again, Leo, I feel like he's having issues with his ego, and he may be trying to find some sort of external outlet to satisfy his confidence or his self-esteem, you know, to fuel that one up. And I don't necessarily say that he's sleeping around. I'm saying more as in like he is trying to find love from the outside to satisfy the emotional vacancy he may have in the inside. That Mars tells me that he is someone that is very creative, very passionate, and very friendly in his love life. So it tells me that he is a very respectful man, but this respectful man is going through his own issues right now. So he may not be ready to be in a serious romantic relationship, and not because he's playing around, it's just that emotionally he's not stable for it. That's kind of what it feels like right now. But yeah, it seems like Taeyong has a lot of like ego issues right now, and his ego is not necessarily making him mean or disrespectful or any sort of asshole. He's just not 100% ready to give his full attention to a relationship. And with that, I mean, if he's not balanced within himself and his career, so he has, in a way, an unhealthy relationship with his career, then I don't think he has time or space for a relationship with another individual, because he has a lot of work to do within himself. But that doesn't mean that he hasn't tried to be with people, because again, he may have tried to satisfy these emotional lack of satisfaction. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know, for whatever reason, I was just like, that's how it came out. That he may be looking for that in other people, and I think he's starting to notice that that's not the reason, because with this full moon in Virgo, you're good enough. It kind of feels like he's trying to convince himself or tell himself that he is doing okay with himself and by himself. He doesn't need other people or other relationships to satisfy this view he has on himself, or to heal any of the spiritual issues he may have right now. And when I mean spiritual issues is, again, all of the untangible things that he is having conflicts with in his current energy. We also have void of course moon. Nothing will come of the situation. So I think this energy he has right now for his love life is so unhealthy, and unhealthy in the emotional and mental sense. So air and water. So emotionally, because he's not with these people because he loves them or he cares about them in a romantic sense. He could be doing this as in like dating friends or dating friends of friends. If that makes sense. Like, it's people that he has good connections with and good relationships with, but they're not going to work romantically, because in a way he's not ready for that. So I think life may be bringing him partners or people that are helping him heal in a very loving way, but these relationships don't last too long, or they don't go very deep or far enough. And that's because it's supposed to help him realize in a very loving way that the answer is not in a romantic partner. The answer is within himself, and realizing the relationship he has with his career, or the way that he views his career and his success and all of that, is not the healthiest. And in this sense, it just feels like someone that is passively understanding this and going through with his life. So it feels like he hasn't reached the point of any physical consequences. So maybe not, if anything, it will be like normal stuff, like maybe not eating too well or not sleeping too well, but it hasn't reached anything like extreme alcohol abuse or drugs. Like, that's kind of what it feels like. It's still very gentle and loving consequences. He hasn't pushed himself to the point of going too wild and too crazy. He may want to, but I don't think he has reached that point. And what is the other thing? I was gonna say something. I'm losing it. I'm losing that train of thought. Where it at? If anything, the worst thing that he's doing is just not doing anything. And yeah, I don't think he's doing anything super bad that life is like, ooh, hold down a bit, calm down. Or like, like the more you diverse yourself from who you are, your truth, and whatever course life has, I guess, in a way planned out for you, the more you like walk away from that, and the farther you are apart from that, you kind of reach a point where the consequences are greater and greater and greater. So like that, you start learning and learning. Like, if you didn't learn it in the loving way, then they get a little bit rough, and then rougher and rougher until you learn. So if anything, I think it has not really reached a physical thing. I guess the unhealthiest thing he's doing physically is overworking himself with his career, and because he's doing that, he's not allowing himself to think as to too deeply as to why he's not feeling satisfied and happy. But on the bottom of the deck, we have full moon in Pisces, balance, spirituality, and practicality, which balance is a big theme and very important to Taeyong's overall reading. Let's see. Now I'm gonna put this bad boys away and get into the important cards. These are important because for whatever reason, when I was cleansing I was trying to shuffle with my left. When I was cleaning my cards, and with that I mean like energetically trying to connect with them and tell them this is what we're doing, I felt a warmth, or I felt like intuitively that these cards will be important for Taeyong. So maybe if he were to look at this video, it will be important for him stare at these cards and see what he feels from them. And if not, whoever's watching this video, these cards could also trigger something within you that could be helpful, whatever that is, that could be. But anyway, for Taeyong's love life, what messages do you have? I'm shuffling it slower because it's a struggle to do it with my non-dominant hand. So we have Angel of Annihilation, and on the top we have the Angel of Mercy. So it feels that with the Angel of Annihilation, he just needs to be very clear with what he wants to get rid of, and if it's in a way not the right thing to get rid of, he will suffer the consequences. And with this, I don't mean like he needs to know exactly what he has to get rid of in his life. It's more like, as long as he's very honest with himself, it could be something as simple as, look, life, I don't know where I'm going or where you're taking me, but I'm afraid of it. And then life will try to figure out a way to work with him. And I think that honesty comes from having a clear mind and also having no baggage within his heart, because he's blocking it. He has all his walls up within his heart, and by doing that, he's finding it very difficult to find what actually will satisfy him and what actually will make him happy. And in his love life, the way that it's affecting him is the way of, because he's not being truthful to himself, he may start to feel a lot of unsatisfaction in his love life. Maybe he will, if he continues going down this path, he will start feeling like he's not good enough for love, or that no one is he will never find like the one or whoever he wants to be with. It will never work or something like that. Like, he will get a little bit too pessimistic within his love life, but all he has to do is be very honest with himself, and by being very honest with himself, he can get rid of what he needs to get rid of, because the Angel of Annihilation is very merciless, right? So that means that when he says, I wish for this, if it doesn't correlate or it doesn't go well with what his heart actually wishes, it will backfire, because this angel is a type that, if it gives off the energy as someone that gives you what you need and not what you want. So in a way, Taeyong may feel betrayed if he's asking for something, but if it's not aligned with what he actually wishes, if it's like, I guess, a cover, like, let's say he's like, I want to be successful in my career, but what he really wants is just to be successful overall, or to feel fulfilled. So what he's wishing for doesn't go in line with what he actually desires. And I feel that this angel is a type that gives you what you need. So you may feel like, oh, this is a punishment, or things are not going my way, and that could be highly unsatisfying for some people. Let's see the energy of Taeyong's love life. And with the Angel of Mercy, we have the so it's like, if he's honest with himself, that's why I was going with a whole tangent about being honest with yourself. If he's very honest with himself and tells life, this is how I feel, this is how I wish for things to be, because this and this other thing, like, if he's very honest with himself and talks with himself in a way that is like, okay, this is how I feel, this is what I want, but this is what I'm doing, why am I doing that? Like, trying to lay out everything and organize it in a way where he finally understands what's going on with his life. And I think that Angel of Mercy kind of shows like, look, this is how things are going to work out. If you're very honest with yourself and with us being life and destiny and fate, or however you want to see it, if you're very honest with us, we will figure out a way to work with you, and you're going to feel like you're supported, loved, and taken care of, because you're finally realizing that what you're asking us, you're finally understanding what you're asking us, and you're finally understanding what we're giving to you as to, and why we're giving it to you, like something like that, right? So if he's very honest with himself, he's going to realize that life is very, very merciful. He's going to realize that we all have the ability to shape and create our own path, and sometimes by not taking action and not doing stuff, we're also creating our path and our own reality. And it's not always a reality we want or desire, but that's the one we're creating. And some other times, by taking action, we're also, there's consequences, right? So if we're taking action towards, I guess, with the wrong intentions, punishment. And but when I mean punishment, I I don't always mean that it has to be bad. Sometimes it's just a learning experience. Like, you don't have to feel bad about what you did. It's just like you just learn from it. And other times it could be super, super, super out of line with what you want, what you desire, and what life has planned for you as well. So fate comes in that sense. And then it does feel like a very bad punishment, but it's just, again, it's just a consequences to your actions. And with him, it feels the same way. Like in his love life, if he's very honest with himself and he works through balancing his career and himself, then he will be able to find a very decent partner, which we will ask in a little bit what that type of partner is. So we have the crocodile, which, let's see, we have the bear in the middle, and we have the bee. So who is who? So the bear is the situation of his love life. There's obstacles and fears that he has to overcome before he can go through his love life. So I think Taeyong's energy is on the left, and the energy of his partner is on the right. And when I mean his partner, I mean whoever he can get after he heals what he has to heal, after he overcomes whatever he fears, and after he has found balance within himself. So let's go through that. So right now he's in the energy of a crocodile, telling me that he's dormant. We have a little bit of I'm thinking of green on the outside, which is the heart chakra, or in this case, it goes well with his moon card. And in the middle, we have a little bit of orange, but mainly yellow, which goes very well with his Leo card. So that tells me that he's trying to have balance within his heart so that he can be more confident and optimistic. And the type of person that he's going to end up with, as in like a serious, long-lasting, healthy relationship, is going to be someone that is represented by the bee. So this is someone that is very, very confident with all of that yellow, someone that is very optimistic, and someone that knows how to communicate very well. And I feel with this bee card, it's going to be someone that is very hardworking, someone that is very intelligent. But what I mean by intelligent is someone that is very, I guess witty is the word, but I'm getting also that is very good at communicating how they feel and making other people happy. So they're very good with their words. They're not necessarily eloquent, but because it's someone that is going to find a way for people to easily understand them. It feels like he's going to be with someone that is, again, optimistic. I feel that the word that I'm getting is someone not necessarily dumb, but kind of like in their own head, or like in the clouds, like they're always like daydreaming and stuff. It feels like Taeyong's gonna find someone that is very light compared to him. And when I mean light, I mean weight wise, not literally. I mean that with him, he's going through a very like difficult, heavy situation of going within and going deeper. I mean, he has a crocodile representing him right here, and he's gonna end up with someone that is very light, fluffy, cute, or someone that is very happy. Like it's a bubble of joy. It's someone that's just very, very content and happy, and is going to bring that to other people. It's like someone that brings happiness and optimism to other people. And you may be thinking, wait, why doesn't he get that right now so it can help him through this difficult moment? And that is that he has to go through this difficult moment to save himself and help himself. And after he has done that, he will be not necessarily rewarded, but he will be able to see this person, this bee energy, or he will be able to accept such energy. Because when you're in such a negative energy, when you have someone that is so happy, sometimes it irritates you to see someone that happy because you're not feeling it. But I don't mean all the time, right? That doesn't mean that you have to rain on their parade. It just means that you're not feeling it. You may not feel like, oh, why am I with someone that happy? I'm just gonna bring them down. Or he may feel something like, oh, they're so happy and content with life. So let me rely on them with all of this. So then he may be a little bit too clingy and codependent with this person. So he'll meet this person when he is a bit lighter within his own situation. So maybe when he starts balancing things a little bit more, or he may meet this person when he's finally able to face his own fears. But with a crocodile, it tells me that he's currently in the energy of someone that's just waiting. A crocodile in this situation is being very patient, is trying to understand the situation, alert because the eyes are open, but more of, I guess, being in like a semi sneaky energy of trying to understand the situation, trying to see how things are panning out. That's what I was looking for, and also trying to feel how things are going as well. So he's more in the we have water and air, so he is more of the trying to understand and organize how he feels and the situation he's in, which is very unbalanced, since that's what he continues getting in all of his readings. I mean, the sections of his readings. And this bear tells me that he has to overcome some fears before he can see the light or see that happiness, because this card also has a little bit of blue and a bunch of yellow, and we have the sun. So it's kind of like when he turns in his current energy, we saw the sun reverse, we saw the star reverse. So when he turns those upright, and when I mean upright is like he's finally been optimistic, he's finally more content, he's a little bit more happy, and this confidence that he has within himself is not an ego issue, and it's actually someone that is happy with themselves. Because the ego will be him being like, oh no, I'm happy, I'm content, I'm satisfied, but he's not. And a healthy Leo energy will be someone that is very happy and content with their life and is confident because they're like happy with themselves. Like there's no issues about I don't feel good enough, I don't feel successful. Like they're okay, they're good. And I feel that with him, it will start showing when he starts showing those signs that he's finally happy with his own self. Because I don't think with him it's not like his self image as in like physical appearance, like that's not an issue for him, which I mean I understand he's gorgeous, but I think it's more of like how he sees life and his purpose within life and how he wants to go through with life. That's the thing he is lacking confidence in. So it's not something that you can physically see. What else was I okay. So I was gonna take out a card and see where they are. I don't know, my brain is just like not functioning right now. But we have the Princess of Wands, so that tells me that even though his partner seems, or like the person that may be good for his relationship, or this B energy, it feels like right now that person feels very victorious, because I thought of the Six of Wands right away, but it's not the Six of Wands. It feels like this energy is of someone that feels that is aware of their own purpose, and that's probably why they're happy and content. I'm not saying that they're not going through difficult times. I'm just saying that whatever Taeyong is going through right now, this person, when they meet, has already gone through it as well. I think that's why he kind of has to meet this person halfway, right? It also feels that whichever energy we have for his love life, it is someone that is very empowering. And what I mean empowering is like they feel like a powerful individual themselves, but they give off and radiate this energy that anyone around them also feels powerful, confident, and happy. So this is someone that is in a very good energy. That tiger just made me think of the song that Super M has, Tiger Inside, which funny. But all of that fire tells me that this is someone that is like explosive. When I mean explosive, I don't mean someone that is mad as much as I mean someone, or hot-tempered. I just mean someone that is very genuine and sincere, and whatever they feel, they're gonna show it right away. This is Sagittarius energy, by the way, so that tells me that this person is ready to fight. So someone that protects who they care about, someone that knows what their purpose is in life. That tree tells me that it's still someone that is dynamic, so they're easy to adapt to all the changes in life. It's very easy for them to transform themselves and change, because change is what they're looking for. So unlike Taeyong, that is more like, let me just stay in this energy and like let me bathe in it, even if it's not good energy. This person will be like, nah, we have to get you out of there. Like this is the type of energy this person has. Like it's very content, happy, powerful. People will see them as powerful as well. But it is someone that doesn't have physical power necessarily. I think like they're not like a successful leader of like they're no CEO, they're no rich person. It's more like someone that is very happy with what they have, and that makes them successful, which I think is what Taeyong's going through, right? Trying to figure out what's up with his life, and what success means to him. The other energy that we have for this B person is the King of Cups reverse. So this tells me that this person may have a little bit issues opening up in love, but they're content anyway. So it doesn't feel like this person is necessarily going through a rough time with their personality, with their internal stuff, because I mean, he's taking care of that. But this person is someone that may have a little bit of issues opening up to their loving energy and their and I guess opening up their heart to love. So if anything, this is someone that is very easy going and happy to be with other people, but that doesn't mean that it's going to make it too easy to go with him. I think Taeyong is the one that also has to meet this person halfway to help them with their own issues too. But it's kind of like helping each other and being supportive of each other, but not doing the work for them, if that makes sense. So I feel that this person also has some things to work on, but the only way this person can work with their love issues is when they meet someone that could potentially, in this case Taeyong, meet someone that will help them get out of their safe zone of not loving romantically other people. And I think Taeyong will be the one opening up that area for this person, that sense of difficulty. So let me try to shuffle with my left. I don't know why I'm trying to shuffle with my left hand, but where is Taeyong at in his love life? Why do we have this crocodile here? Wait. Oh, I want this card, whatever that is. We have the Two of Cups reversed, so he's not ready for love yet. He's not ready to have like an intense romantic relationship with anyone, which we know he's not ready for it. But this is the third two of anything that he has. So Taeyong is going through it. He's definitely not balanced. He's in this harmony. He is a little bit unstable with himself and the connection he has with himself. So he has to, of course, work with that, which is, we already knew that. It's been something that has been going on since the beginning of his reading. So he's definitely going through it. And the other card that we have is the Eight of Wands. So whenever Taeyong is like done with whatever issues he has to deal with, he's going to be going very quickly through his love life. And what I mean quickly is like someone that is ready to love, someone that is ready to just go for it whenever he finds that one person, which it seems like it's a B. Not a B as in like, oh, he's literally looking for a B. I mean someone that is very happy and content. So whoever embodies this B energy of content, security, and confidence, whenever he's ready for that, he's going full force. But right now, I think he's conscious that if he's not okay with himself, he's not going to be okay with any romantic relationship that life brings forward for him, or whichever he's looking for. Like, I think he's conscious that he has some other issues to work with, and that's thanks to the other people he has had romantic encounters with, right? That in a loving way have taught him, I don't think you're ready for love. Yeah, we have the Page of Swords, so that tells me that eventually, when he's ready to communicate with himself, with whatever issues he has, he's able to properly, even the little step of being able to say, I'm afraid, or the first step of, you know what, I'm not okay and content with this. The moment he takes that little step, he's ready to go in his love life. So I'm not saying it's an easy step, I'm just saying it's a little step. As long as he takes that little baby step, he's ready to bring in this love life. And yeah, I'm going to go on to his healing messages to see if there's any last words life has for him in his situation. What area of Taeyong's life does he need healing? I think this is like a redundant question. Like, we know what he needs healing in, but so we have like the card that fell facing up was Aquarius. So yeah, breaking free of whatever Saturnian boundaries he has. What I mean by that is, again, the social constructs and the social mentality or ideas that he feels he has to follow. He has to break free from whatever conventional path he feels he has to follow. He needs to what the healing message is going through is again balance, because Aquarius in this deck has balance with the water jugs. Is that what they're called? Tubs? I don't know what they call them, but we have water, air, because Aquarius is an air sign, and we have fire in the depiction of Aquarius in that card. Okay, let's see. Who is with Taeyong right now and his process of healing? Oh goodness, the struggle. I felt like I was gonna bring that card. So we have the Angel of Mysteries. So the angel that is working with Taeyong right now is Raziel, which is the Angel of Mystery. So the one that is helping him right now find his truth, go through all of those unknowns, and going through all of those difficult moments Taeyong may be feeling right now as he's healing himself. And now let's actually start on with the advice life may have for him. Let's see, what healing messages do you have for Taeyong? Let's see. Wait. Kind of feel this card. Let's see. So we have believe in the impossible. So I think that the advice for Taeyong right away is, just have faith that everything will turn out all right. Just because you're not following that conventional path, or you're not following the path you feel you have to follow, it doesn't mean that your dreams will not come true. Again, we had the star reversed in his current energy, so Taeyong is definitely going through it in that sense of not knowing what's up and feeling like he's trapped and feeling like he can't do what he wants, so he feels constrained and he may feel overwhelmed and not knowing what path to take. But now let's get on with the normal structure that I have for this reading, which is taking out healing messages for him through these cards. So we have the Squirrel Spirit, believe in yourself. So again, believe in the impossible, believe in yourself tells me that there's a lot of issues he has with having faith and having trust with what life has for him, which I don't blame him. If he's going through something difficult, he is not in the most optimistic of way. He's not too optimistic, let's put it that way. I don't know what I was going for. Next, we have the Groundhog Spirit, time to let go, which again is letting go of all of those ideas and all of those thoughts of things have to be this way. Whatever constraints he has. I mean, he got the Devil twice, which was the only way he could get it twice, because I only have 2 tarot decks. So he got it both times. So again, balance and the whole idea of finding what he really wants to do, breaking free from those boundaries, because Aquarius is, oh my god, Aquarius is the one that breaks free from all those boundaries. Aquarius is a sign that does not really like to, is always looking for new innovative way of doing things, is the sign that is always looking for change, is a sign that is always doing their own thing, and the one that broke free from Saturn energy, which Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, which is the card that represents the devil in the tarot decks, and is the conventional path that Taeyong is trying, or the truth is, should get away from, or adjust so it works with him. So time to let go is trying to ground himself and trying to be more balanced within his own reality by letting go of whatever baggage is not satisfying him. The other card that we have is a Dove Spirit. I'll put it right here if it's here better. Be peace. So I think that with him is the whole idea of, if you find confidence within yourself and if you let go of anything that you does not satisfy you and does not go with you, or whatever doesn't flow with your own energy, let it go. And when you let all of that energy go, all of that baggage free, he will be lighter and he will be able to fly free and chase after what he really wants, whatever he dreams of, and walk away from whatever it is that he doesn't like. The other card that we have is the Brown Bear Spirit, take time out. So I do feel that if Taeyong was to leave his work for a little bit, stop being a workaholic, if he stopped distracting himself with his work, it will be inevitable for him to just look at that mirror and realize what the actual issue is. So the mystery will technically be gone, because he will be finally facing that truth and finally understanding what is actually not serving him, instead of just overworking himself so he doesn't have enough space or time to think about the actual issue at hand. So we have the Dog Spirit, be loyal to what you love, and the Grasshopper Spirit, take a leap of faith. So I think the take a leap of faith goes a little bit more with believe in the impossible and believe in yourself. Taking the leap of faith is kind of like the Fool card, and the Fool card in tarot is usually the card that represents a new beginning, and is usually that trustful. Is when you finally just fall and you trust that life has your back. Is when you're like, look, I know that this is just the power that I have to get things done. You take care of the rest, right? You take care of giving me the right people, of guiding me to the right path, of putting me in the right situations. I will just be open to those ideas. So believing in the impossible is one of the ways that he will be able to take that leap of faith. That's the first step, actually. Just believe that life has your back, and then you just go for it. And also believe in yourself. The thing that he has to do is believe that he has the skills, the tools, the ability to just do what he wants to do, and of course have the right mentality, because it's difficult to just go on the down whatever path you want. And again, the card that he got next was be loyal to what you love. So be loyal to what he loves, be loyal to his gut feeling and whatever he feels is the right thing to do. Again, the right thing to do in this case will be what he believes is right, not necessarily what he it's difficult, right? Because right now he believes the conventional path is the right way, but if it's not satisfying him, it's not the right one. The right one will, in a way, be whatever satisfies him emotionally in this case, because right now, physically, he's just getting work done, but it's not making him happy, so he's just feeling this vacancy within him, and the only way he can get rid of that is if he's loyal to what he loves. So let's say fashion is what he's interested in, just go for it. There definitely will be a future for him in the fashion industry. All he has to do is just take that leap of faith and go for it. Believe that he will be successful, believe he will find the right people, believe that he can do it on his own if that's what he desires, and so on. Let's see, the last card that we have for Taeyong. So the one on the top, we have the Coyote Spirit, Trust in Divine Detours. So I kind of got this lately, the whole thing of a divine detour sometimes is leading you to the right path, or a divine detour is pulling you away from something that you don't want to do. It's kind of like, I just heard this today in the morning when I was watching a video. What was it? Rejection is God's protection. So if something doesn't work out, is life's way of telling you, look, it may not be the right thing. And it's one of those things that is kind of difficult to be able to discern. I don't know if that's the right word I'm looking for, but to be able to tell if it is the right thing or not the right thing to do, or being able to figure out if life is actually like, no, believe me, this is not for you, you don't want to go through it, or if it's our own selves getting on our own way. Like, because it could be sometimes that he may be confused with that, right? He may be Taeyong may be going through that thing of like trying to understand how destiny is getting in the way and when he's getting in the way of himself. So it may be a little bit difficult for him to understand that, but that's because he's not really connected with himself, so he doesn't know who he truly is. And by not knowing who he truly is, he doesn't really know what his fears are, so he doesn't know what could stop him, and he also doesn't know what, I think fear is the best way of describing pretty much anything that could hold you back. So if he doesn't realize what he's afraid of, maybe what he's afraid of losing, maybe what he's afraid of gaining as well, because there's people out there that are afraid of gaining good things and being rewarded, so because of other stuff, right? Other fears, underlying fears that cause someone that may be not maybe too humble, or someone that is not ready to is very good at giving but not receiving, right? So it's an underlying fear, even though at face value it could be just someone that is not confident or whatever, right? So whatever the issue he may be having is because he needs to understand himself better, he needs to get to know himself better, and by doing all of that, it will help him realize what it is that he's holding himself back from, and when life is doing that divine detour of not this. And one of the divine detours that life has been constantly doing for him is this not having a successful love life, I guess. And you'll be like, oh, how is that divine? Well, it's divine in the sense that it's making sure he's not entering an unhealthy romantic relationship, and is making sure he's not dependent on the people he's with. If anything, again, as I mentioned in his love life, it's more of like helping him learn from a loving place rather than a difficult, more consequences, which he's going through pretty much all of those in his career right now, because that's the mirror that's helping him realize what's not making him happy. And his love life is the one that's going to take care of rewarding him and gifting him and healing him in this period that he may be struggling with his career. And the last card that we have is on the bottom of the deck, which is the Wolf Spirit. Turn knowledge into wisdom. I'll put it right here. So the whole thing of turning knowledge into wisdom is the whole idea of understanding where you stand, understanding your skills and facts, and turning them into your higher purpose. And what I mean by that is understanding where you're standing in life and understanding, I guess, how conscious he is of what he knows, and then trying to be critical, have that critical thinking and understanding. And with his Wolf Spirit, it's like turning all of that knowledge that he consciously has and transforming it into critical thinking. And that critical thinking is the whole idea of how does this knowledge serve me? How do these facts of things that work, things that don't work, things that make me happy, things that don't make me happy, and how can I transform it in a way that makes sense to me, that gives me a sense of purpose, a sense of self, and all of that. So that's turning knowledge into wisdom. So right now he's currently just living his life, going through his own issues, and the consequences and punishments that I was talking about earlier will slowly transform into learning experiences, and turning it into wisdom will be turning that pain into a learning experience, so like that he can avoid it next time or understand where it's coming from, right? So let's say somebody in his career, he's working very hard and he may be thinking, why are things not working out? Well, things are not working out not because life is not giving him anything, or because he's not quote unquote successful in the conventional way, but it's because he hasn't defined what success means to him, so he doesn't have that knowledge yet. But when he has a knowledge of what success means to him, he can continue working and realize how successful he's been, rather than tying it down to what society is telling him, which in this case it could also be the company being like, this is what it means to us for NCT to be successful, or this is what it means to us for you to be successful. And if that's the case, he may be holding on to those ideas and what that means rather than holding on to his own ideas. So turning that knowledge of, okay, this makes me happy, this doesn't make me happy, this is what the company's telling me, and this is what I actually desire, and then balancing all of that into this middle ground, he will be able to create the reality that he wishes for, because he will turn all of that knowledge into that wisdom of what serves him and what is his purpose and what keeps him content, and working with the tools that life is giving him as well. So that's kind of like what I'm getting for Taeyong. Seems like he is going through something very difficult, but it's not really going to show through, not even in his career. That his career is more like the mirror for him to realize what the issue is, because the issue is just from the inside, from his heart, from his way of thinking, and it's not so much the actual situation he's in physically, not at all. So with that, I will leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked it. I have a feeling it's gonna be a semi-lengthy video, and all I have to say is that if you actually stuck through in the intro, you will know that I was going through something kind of rough. So I'm actually kind of happy that after reading for Taeyong, I feel a little bit lighter myself. So thank you, Taeyong's energy, wherever you are, for creating a more balanced me. And I hope that if he were to ever watch this, which will be difficult because I don't think he'll understand what I'm saying, but if he were to ever watch this, I hope this gives you balance as well. But if not, I hope that whoever watched this video learned a little bit about themselves, or learned about anything. Even if it's in regard to Taeyong, I hope you learned something. And I don't really know how accurate this will be for him, because this is all from the inside, so we're not really going to see anything physically manifest in a way that we can be like, oh, yep, he was going through it. So yeah, I hope you guys liked it, and I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed reading his energy, even though he's going through some rough changes and transformations, and it's definitely not easy. But yeah, I hope you found it entertaining. And yeah, look forward to any upcoming videos, because right now I'm working like with 3 groups at once, so that will definitely be fun for me. And yeah, love and healing from my part to you, and see you on the next one. Bye. And I wanted to actually end this by showing the cards that I thought would be important for Taeyong. I even turned off the light so you guys could not see it glaring back at you. So yeah, these are like the cards, and I don't know why they will be important. I mean, these are the type of cards that I don't use that often, but I do think that they carry a very heavy and important message to whoever's looking at this video. And if you actually went through all the very, very way of the end, thank you for watching. I just wanted to show this for you guys, because I think it's important, because for whatever reason, it is important right now. So just look at it. See what you get from them. Any of them. Some are kind of creepy, some are cool, some are high frequency type of get in touch with them type of thing. Yeah, okay, I'll stay quiet. Yeah. Now I'll leave for real.